Well, hello, troopers, and welcome back to General Economics Bunker. Thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of The High Ground. That's right, we're at the intro episode, episode 101. Get that? Haha.
Oh yeah.
As always, joining us here on the stage is my good buddy Mike from the Dad Vader. What's going on, man? How's it going?
What's up, man? How are we doing?
Doing
Took
good,
a
doing good.
took a little break. It feels weird, like being off for 1 week.
Yeah, it felt kind of right. We hit a major milestone. We've been grinding towards it and stuff. Um, and we were like, you know what, let's take a little breather, right? Let's take a little breather. We'll leave the bunker bunch, just wanting more, as they should, as they should.
Always.
So yeah, guys, we took a little break last week, and since then, let's see. Well, hopefully everybody had a sweet Valentine's Day last Friday. Hopefully everything worked out, and if not, hopefully the fallout wasn't, too bad. Hopefully. But yeah, I hope that y'all got to hang out with your significant others, with your friends, with your family, all of that good stuff. Um, and hopefully you didn't spend too much money because it's a slippery slope. I don't want anything, and then they're like, "Eesh, yeah, no, that's never true." So just beware of that. And yeah, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Um, Again, hopefully following a great Friday for Valentine's Day. And yeah, we are here. Man, it feels like February is just flying by, dude. We're
Oh,
about
for
to
real.
be, we're 2/3 into it. Obviously, it's a short month. I feel like March is like fast approaching, and then that just means, panic mode for me when it comes to, Japan is just around the corner, dude. So, um, yeah, so actually I've been investing the time, last week when we took a little bit of a break, like I said, um, we've been booking some stuff, for the vacation. We booked. Okay, so we already booked the hotel for Kyoto, and then we kept reading some stuff, and then I found another one that's a little bit nicer. Actually, it's quite nicer. Um, and it was only like a hundred. No, it's like $200 more, but for the entire stay for like 6 nights. So I was like, you know what, that's not too bad.
Not
Once you
bad at
divide it
all.
up. Yeah, exactly. And it's like a legit fancier hotel, right? And it's literally just across the street from a castle, like obviously, like an old castle. And I mean literally like across the street, like it's literally just one street. And then there's the entrance to the castle. So I was like, you know what, that'd be kind of cool, right? Even if you just want to like hang out at night or something, you can just hop in into the castle, like, just walk around the gardens and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I double booked our stay in Kyoto. um, Luckily, most of the hotels will do the, reserve now, pay at the site, like once you arrive, which is kind of cool, right? And you can cancel most of them pretty well into April, actually. So we're still debating which way we go. The first one we got was very convenient because it was, again, across the street from the main um, subway line, the main station, literally the hub for several lines. Uh, Literally, Kyoto station, right? So it's the biggest station. It's the most central and stuff. So I'm like, that's also very convenient because we just walk up to
Yeah,
that
it's
and
a
you're
big
off
pro right there.
anywhere. Exactly. But the hotel, not that it's bad or anything. It's just, it's not as nice as the other one. So we're still kind of debating. I still got a little bit of time to decide, but we've been trying to book our tickets for the major attractions. Obviously, everything is lottery based, dude. I feel like I'm in celebration without even being in celebration yet. Like, dude, it's so stressful. Because obviously, when you're gonna be out there with a limited amount of time, you want to plan it out as much as you can, right? And there's no such thing as like, what, I kind of feel like popping into Disney today. That's probably not gonna work out, to be honest. um let alone places like Universal, that have the Super Nintendo, land, with Mario World, which we definitely want to see. And so yeah, it's a lot of lotteries, man. I've been lucky ish. I did miss out on a couple of things that I just wasn't aware were going up for sale. um, but for the most part, I think we booked the major, points that we wanted to see. But yeah, still some of them pending because they're not even open yet. You can reserve them even if you want to. And yeah, dude, I mean, like I was telling you backstage, apparently for a lot of stuff, 2 months prior is late. Like it's already gone. So it's that balance between, oh, if you try to book it 3 months in advance, you can't, but right at 2 months and a minute and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's like
As soon as it opens, that's your
exactly.
window, and 5 minutes later,
Yep,
sorry.
it's gone. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of hunting. Luckily, their midnight is like our 9 a.m., you know? So whenever they switch days, right, or date, it's pretty, it's not even that early for us, right? So it's a really good like time to jump on and try to get some tickets and stuff. But not everything switches automatically, of course, at midnight. So sometimes you get like a weird, if they do it like, like noon or whatever, then that's like 9 p.m. for us. If they do it like 2, 3 in the afternoon, that starts to get, like midnight, 1 o'clock for us. So it's kind of like, just balance it out. But yeah, fun times. Not fun for the credit card. I'll tell you that.
That
Again,
thing's
I'm
gone
not even.
nuclear.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even there, and it's already like
It's
smoking.
glowing.
Yeah, dude, it's glowing hot red. Um, but yeah, what's going on with you? I see you got a new addition to the collection
Yeah,
right there
looks
from.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
One
Speaking
of
of
your favorite
Japan.
ships there, right there, and it definitely gave off uh, a more, there we go, yeah. So we got the droids there, we got the clones flying it. It's kinda hard to do this on camera. But the back just mirrors this, and this is just a button up, but another Temu find,
There you
$4,
go.
like, gotta jump on it. Not the greatest material, not gonna lie, but have an undershirt, throw this over, you're pimping, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And yeah, very much so. I like the shadow, figures, but you can still make out exactly what they are. And obviously, the bright red, very, very Japanese theme, I would
Yeah,
think. There you go.
flying
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. But I also see a, certain character that, they don't like to name anymore that
Yeah,
much.
doesn't exist, kinda ish.
Yeah,
Super excited to get this one. I've been trying to close out this collection. I'm a opener, if you can see in the back. I've got figures kind of all over the place, but this one I'm not opening because I actually like the art on that. This one's not in perfect condition. There's a little bit of crease on the top, but no big deal. It's my personal collection. Not trying to resell them. Just something to look at and feel that joy when you look at your collection.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like I was telling you before, I was actually a fairly, I really did like the first wave of the credit collection because it was based on the concept art for the sets, for the storyboards. So if you guys don't remember, at the end of Mandalorian, once the episode was done and the credits were rolling, they would actually show you a bunch of illustrations, for the concept art for that episode. And I actually liked the figures for the credit collection because they were the colors were based off of those illustrations, so you had something to kind of link it to. Then the second wave came out and it was like whatever, they just threw some repaint on it, right? So I kind of dropped off from it. But that first wave I did enjoy, like I said, because it was, mirroring that concept art, and the concept art was on the card, which obviously,
Yeah,
made it pretty nice. But yeah, man, Cara Dune, I mean, especially now that you won, the lawsuit and things like that. Yeah, those figures, if you have them on, in good shape, if you have it in package, maybe double check, like, eBay, or uh what's it called, auction figure 411,
hmm,
that actually aggregates those prices, so you could get a pretty fair idea of the market, right? If you're thinking of reselling, I'm just letting you know that those might be worth a little bit, nowadays. So
I can
yeah.
spin a little story on that. So this one is, I would say, if not the number one or the number two of the collection as far as finding them like on secondhand, like the price is up there. And then the story with this is that a collector, unfortunately, he passed away, and his brother was just trying to find collectors who would give it a good home,
Yeah.
not trying to resell. And he basically sold at pretty much, that price of what it originally cost when it first came out, plus shipping. Um, and so he's been somewhat selective with who he's,
Sure, yeah.
selling to. And I pretty much showed them the whole entire collection that I have. I'm still missing like 5 figures out of it. And it's one of those where it's like, oh well, that one's at Walmart for like $8, or online for Walmart for like $8. It's like, I'll just hold off on that one. I'm gonna chase some other stuff. But when I saw this one, talked to him and got the whole story, is like, dude, I'll take care of it, and you don't have to worry about it. It's going to a good home. So really, happy to have it in the collection.
That's pretty good, man. I mean, it's obviously, it sucks when something like that happens, right? But if the collection has to be broken up, then at least you want it to go to a good home, right? Because if you know that it meant a lot to, like, your family member in this case, right? So
Yep.
that's very, very cool. All right, so let me jump into the chat because apparently I'm already way, way behind.
Yeah,
So
the
we're gonna try to
asteroid
do
came
this.
flying in and hit the chat. It's destroyed right now.
Yeah, I know it is. It's pretty bad. So we're gonna try to do this. We're gonna try to do this right. But I apologize if I skip over your comment because there's already a lot. And then once again, we always appreciate you joining us here, in the bunker. And by the way, if you are a channel member here, if you are part of the paid subscription, there is a link on the community tab if you so choose to jump on with us here in this episode. So, once again, that is for our members here of the channel. So, check that out if you haven't seen it. It should be visible to you on the community tab if you have membership.
What if they're
Which
not a member? How do they become a member?
Exactly, I was going to say, which leads me to my next segue. We do have memberships. Membership, I should say, because technically it's just a one tier, but they are available now here on General Economics Bunker. And if you so choose to, you can go to our landing page here on YouTube, and you should be able to see it there. There's also a link in the community chat, in the community tab, I guess, of the channel. And if nothing else works, then just DM me on Instagram at general.kenobis.bunker, and I'll send you a direct link so you can check out what you would get. Of course, it comes with perks. Obviously, we have some exclusive content actually for members only. Um, Not a whole ton since we just launched it, but we do plan to, of course, increase that. You get, things like a badge that will be displayed here on your chat. You get some exclusive emojis, and it's really if you so choose to support the channel, which we greatly, greatly appreciate. If you choose to, and you don't have to, the fact that you guys are here, the fact that you share the content, that you hit a like, that you leave us a comment, that also supports us. So we appreciate it very, very much. And so, yeah, make sure that you check that out if you're interested, and we would greatly appreciate it if you consider joining us. So, let me jump into the chat, and it's gonna get interesting. Here we go. So, Josh Autobor saying, "Hey, even before we started, hello there," says Juan. Again, before we even started, we got Brett from Collecting with Cool saying, "Yo, appreciate you, man." We got Sexy Flexi in the house with, speaking of sexy, that new logo. That new logo is
Mm,
fire.
yes,
Courtesy of
sir.
our good friend Rex from Millennium Workshop. Killed it. Love it. Gotta have it. Um, Sub Collecting with Cool. Saying hi to Juan. We got Chris from the Man Collects. What's up, Bunker Bunch? Appreciate you coming in, man. Hiya, Man Collects, says Flexi. Ooh, look who it is. We got LeBron Fed. Good to see you, brother. I'm glad that you're able to pop into the chat, man. It's always, always great to see you. I hope things are going great. And yes, we would greatly appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button here on the stream to let the mythical, the finicky YouTube algorithm know that we are doing just fine. Hello, everybody, says LeBron. Chris saying, "Hey, Flex, hope all is well, sir." Mr. LeBron says, "Flex. Hi, the man. Hi, Flex. Hey, LeBron," says Chris. LeBron saying, "How's everyone doing? Flex, sexy, flexy. Let's go." Said, well, there we go. Let's go, says Mike the Dad Vader. Which, by the way, this is at the point where we started the stream. So everything else
Yeah.
was before we even hit live. So once again, appreciate Joe. Good to hear, dude, says LeBron. Magic Mike, says Sexy Flexly. LeBron saying hi to the Dad Vader. Dad Vader saying hi to Man Flexy Fett. That actually sounds like a good like 90s punk rock band, name. I kind of dig it. Kind of like a
Yeah.
little bit of grunge, I dig
Hmm.
it. I will listen. Daniel Grogu, saludos desde Chile. Saludos, hermano, ¿cómo estás? We got Ultra Carter in the house. And every one of us missed you. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Ultra saying hi to the man collects and to that Vader. What's up, everyone? Says Nerd Affiliated. Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for joining us here. Nerdy says Ultra. Hi, Ultra says LeBron. Ultra saying hi to LeBron. Flag saying hey, Archer at Nerd Affiliated. Hey, Ultra. Hi, Archer says LeBron. Archer saying Ultra Flex LeBron. It sounds like, you know what that sounds like? Remember when the Winter Soldier gets activated, and it's gotta be like, like a certain sequence of
Certain,
certain
yeah,
words, like whatever it is. I don't remember right now. Like, um, it's like glove and key and
yeah, just
like
weird
picture or something like
sardine,
that,
like
right? Yeah, that's kind of
yeah.
what this sounded like. I don't know why. I feel like somebody's being triggered right now. Ultra saying hi to Flex. Archer saying hi to Man collects. Ultra says on Valentine's Day, I had a movie night. Haven't seen that in a long time. Um, I yeah, well, dude, I don't even remember that movie that well. Now I'm gonna have to watch it.
I think they did a remake
They
of
did
it
do a remake, I
recently,
think.
right?
I
In the
believe
early
so, and I
2000s.
don't know that I saw that actually. Now that you mention it, now I feel like looking it up. We'll look it up in a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely worth a rewatch, I think, or first viewing, depending on the remake. Uh, Man Collect saying, "What's up, Archer?" Archer says, "Don't be bad. I'm behind on videos, Chris. Mom's in town. Hey, nice, good job, man. Say hi to mom for us." Ultra saying, 2 days ago from eBay, I ordered WWE Elite 95 Bobby Lashley for part swapping and Elite 101 Cody Rhodes, and I can't wait to display him against the Elite Goldberg, aka Oldberg, aka Booberg. I like that. It's a lot of AKAs. LeBron says, "Dude, the castle sounds awesome. The castle got me on that
The
one."
one across from the hotel
Oh
that you
yeah,
were
yeah,
looking.
yeah. The one across the hotel. Yeah, man, it's pretty nice. And I mean, it's a freaking castle, right? So that in itself is pretty cool.
And your
Um,
kiddo's small enough to where you can make up a whole bunch of stories with
oh,
that
dude,
castle right in front, and he'd just be like totally amazed.
yeah, exactly. And which is funny because that's kind of the way Kyoto is. Like, there's just so many like, so it was the capital of the country for like 1,000 years or something like that. Like it lasted a long time. So there's all kinds of constructions, all kinds of stories. There was all kinds of major happenings in that city. So it's just it's history galore, like pretty much at every corner. So yeah, for sure. I need to start hitting Wikipedia like bad. LeBron says, going to do fit pics to pay for celebration, dude. I tried to open an account and they're like, bro, no, not those. There is a limit apparently. Notification setting, haha. Yes, LeBron, that's the move, dude. I'm telling you, somebody's interesting. Just hit me up. LOL, exactly, Archer. Archer abusing his emojis because he is part of our membership. Appreciate you, brother. We got the Brodolorian saying, "What's going
Oh,
on, bunch? What's going on, man? Thank you so much for being here." We got Jedi Niner saying, "Hello there. What is up? Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, Janine. I hope that you are feeling a lot better. And also, I would say, congrats on your new logo. I saw that too. So
yep.
I'm kind of liking the love there, with the rebrand. It makes me think about it, man, to be honest. But I'm like, I already have so much stuff with my logo on it that I'm like, we can always try, we can always rebrand it, but at the same time, like, I'm too lazy. I'm too
I
far into it.
I always think like once you've kind of hit a certain like time period, like you can mess around with some other stuff, but that one's always going to be like the main one. Like, could you imagine if they try to like rebrand Nike away from the check mark and went to
Dude, yeah, and
something else?
yeah, exactly. And thank you for comparing us to Nike, by the way. But it's how do you call it? It's one of those things that you always think about. I do, at least, and we've talked about this, a little bit, but yeah, it's an effort for sure. Uh, my hats off to people that have done it and have done it successfully. I'm not saying I'm not gonna at any point. I'm just saying, like you said, right? I feel that it's taken a little bit of time, a little bit of work to sort of get, the branding out there, right? So it's a little bit recognizable. Um, I feel like we're finally like, getting to a good point on that. And then, if I don't know if I would go to extreme, like super different, right? That the logo doesn't even look like it anymore. And I'm not saying I'm starting all over again, but I feel it would be, like a little bit of a speed bump, right?
Don't do the
For
Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, right? There you go. And man, Pepsi's doing good right now. LeBron saying hi to Jedi. Hi, bro, says LeBron. Niner says Archer. We got my cuz Pap the Bounty Collector. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for joining us. Nice pickup, he says. Hi, Pop, says LeBron. Pop, says Archer. Hello, your says Ricky. We got LeBron says, don't forget to hit that like button like it owes you money. Very much so. And we would appreciate it if you go ahead and do that. Ultra, what's up? Says Mike. Flex saying, hey, Janine. And saying hi to Ricky. Pop says that Vader. Janine saying, hi, LeBron. Hi, Archer. Hi, Pop. Hi, Flex. Hi, Ultra. There you go. Covering all bases. Niner says Mike. Flex says, what's up, the Bro DeLorean? Hi, Dad. Hi, Bro DeLorean. LeBron doing some mod work here, dropping our Instagram link right there. So we appreciate that. Thank you, LeBron. Much, much appreciated. We got Janine saying hi to Brett and Chris. Hi, Janine, says Brett. Flex says Brett. Collecting with cool sub, says Mike. Brett saying hi to LeBron. We got Chris saying, hey, Janine, hope you, Scott, and the kiddies are well. Oh, yeah, that's right. TDV says, Brett, hi, Brett, says LeBron. Janine saying, we are good. Hope you are all well, too. Awesome, awesome. Ultra saying hi to Janine. Janine saying, thank you. So cool that Rex did that. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. I hope to see it here on YouTube. I think it will look good. Hey, we got Serious Star Wars in the house saying, hey, gentlemen, what's going on, Chris? Welcome, welcome. We got Brian saying, I made it. Yes, you made it to the end of the chat, and so did I. And that was not exhausting at all. But once again, we really, really appreciate y'all being here, hanging out, and yeah, just talking Star Wars with us. So I should have begun, half an hour ago by saying that we are here on a Tuesday. It's a little bit of a different day for us because tomorrow I am actually joining Nilda. If you haven't seen it, we are going to be doing a live stream. And now I lost the graphic. Here we go. Okay. Always super prepared. You know me. There we go. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, we are gonna be talking with Brian Volquez from RoboForce and the toys that made us. So we are definitely, looking forward to that. It's gonna be a fun interview. He's obviously done a ton of work that a ton of us have seen, and he continues to do, great work. The toys that made us was a stroke of genius. It continues to be, a wealth of information. So we're gonna be picking, his brain about that, and of course about his newest project, RoboForce. But yeah, so if you are so inclined, tomorrow, Wednesday, February 19th at 8 p.m. Central, we will be, live broadcasting that. So make sure you stop by, make sure you check it out. If you got any questions, I think it's going to be a pretty fun conversation. And then the other thing is that on Thursday, I actually have a little bit of a Thursday evening, I should say, bit of a team building, event for the for work. So that kind of leaves us out for the rest of the week. So here we are on a Tuesday, but I think we are gonna make it work just
Yeah, it's
fine.
working.
Absolutely. All right. So one of the things that I do want to start catching up on is conventions, man. Conventions are kicking it into high gear. Um, as many of you attended MegaCon, right? I feel that that's like the first big one, at least like in our circle. And from all the videos, it looked very, very fun. It was light on the Star Wars, people this time around, the Star Wars guest, but they did
They pack
have
a
the
punch.
I was gonna say they did have the full
Yeah.
skeleton crew, including Jude Law, right? For a little bit, but that already is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But last year was stacked. Last year was nuts. That lineup was crazy. Um, Regardless, it seems like it was a great show. Again, we saw coverage from all of our good friends. Tony from Star Wars Sid was actually working there, with Theory Saver, so that was interesting. Um, and of course, Evan, George, Ricky, you know Nilda, etc., they all did great coverage. If you haven't, definitely go check out everybody's videos about MegaCon. But um another one that we like to keep an eye on for sure is um ICCC, which is coming up faster than I would like it to. So there are a couple of things I do want to talk about, a couple of recent announcements. I think this one is a fairly big one, right, on the Star Wars community. So Star Wars Theory, Nia, and with his company, Theory Savers, looks like they are gonna be part of the ICCC this year in May. Um, it's I believe it's kind of interesting because how kind of recent this connection, seems to have been between Mike and Nia. Um, Interesting, it seems like they hit it off, and it seems like they're both wanting to collaborate, right? Which is awesome. That's always a good thing. As I think everybody here knows, Nia has an insane amount of following. He is probably the biggest, Star Wars influencer in social media, right? If not, otherwise. Um, and again, you there's people that don't like his take on some stuff. There's people that follow him blindly. Um, I kind of feel like I fall somewhere in the middle of that. I agree a lot with a lot of what he says, but a lot of what he does also, I'm like, I'm like,
It's
I don't
it's
know if I would go
kind
that way,
yeah. It's kind of a hard
Um,
one too because he's behind a camera. So like, is
oh
he
yeah,
kind of like just bringing it up because obviously you get that fire lit up under certain people and it's going to start pushing those views.
oh for
And
sure.
he in some of the videos, it seems like he's way more chill than he seems when he's going on to a rant. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm like you. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, definitely agree with some of the takes that he has, but the way he goes about it to me is, maybe not my cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. And again, right, we are not here to either, condone or endorse him. Like that's just, he's out there. He obviously is doing amazing, without our help. So he will continue to grow and thrive. Right now, he's obviously working with his own company, Theory Savers, and that's what he has been focusing a lot of his energy on. I did get to meet him in person over at last October here in San Antonio for SpaceCon. We talked for maybe like 5 minutes. It was at the end of the show, and yeah, like you said, right? He was just chill. Like we had a pleasant conversation, nothing crazy by no means. So yeah, I mean, I walked away, I'm like, oh yeah, he's a lot calmer or a lot more chill in real life. Um, but again, you cannot deny whichever way you feel about like his content. You cannot deny the reach that he has, right, and just the massive following, and of course therefore like influence, right, that he represents in the community. So I think it's cool that he's going to be at ICCC. I hope that this helps the show. We love the ICCC around here. I think most of us here in the Bunker Bunch agree that it's a great show. What Mike has been doing year in and year out for a few years now. And yeah, so this just a reminder, ICC does happen in Nashville, Tennessee, May 16th to the 18th of this year. um and at least if nothing changes, if I don't again have to start selling fit pics to pay for Japan, I should be out there, right? I should be out there. I try to make it a point to go to the ICCC. We've gone twice. It's been amazing each time. And so more than likely we will be there. But he also just announced this earlier today. So we got Tim Effler Um, which is a an industry, giant for toy development. As you can see here from the picture, he's worked on pretty much all of our childhoods, right here. So I mean, Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, Robin Hood, Jurassic Park, some Barbie, of course, Mask, DC, you name it. I mean, Play-Doh is up there too. I didn't even notice that. And obviously some Kenner work. So he's just one of those guys that I feel are kind of barely sort of getting into the light, like getting the spotlight. And it's awesome, and that's why I love conventions like the ICCC, because they bring that kind of people, right? Each year they try to highlight some creator, like Rob Durant last year from who did a ton of work for GI Joe. And I mean, come on, who didn't play with a GI Joe, right? Like back then we probably had at least a couple that he personally worked on. So it's kind of like, the focus that I like to see on these conventions, right? Bring out people that have done a ton of work. We know their work. That's the thing, right? We know what they worked on. We have it in our collections. We had them as a kid, all of that stuff, but we never really knew the name or the person behind them. So it's kind of cool that now this conventions gives an opportunity to to do so, right? To get to hang out with them, pick their brains, talk, hear their stories, man. I mean, some of the stories are just like freaking phenomenal.
Yep. It's pretty wild that like your show tomorrow is talking about the toys that made us.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm looking at that post and I'm like, I played with that. I played with
Yeah.
that. I
Exactly.
had that. Like the Ecto one, I had that one.
Nice.
And so like it's pretty, like you're saying, it's pretty neat. Like as a kid, you're like, I have this, but you have no idea who made it. You get older and then you're like, this guy developed it, created it, or helped bring a piece of paper to life. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, very, very cool, guest here for the ICCC. And I think I don't even remember if we covered this last one before that. Um, I don't know that we did. Again, we take
I don't
a
think we
week
did.
off, and
Yeah.
everything, kind of throws me off. But in case you haven't seen it, Margot will also be joining us, here at the ICCC. Obviously the talk at in Return of the Jedi. So very, very cool. Once again, people that you've seen your entire life, and yet you don't really know their face, right? So it's always very, very cool that they highlight, people like this. um, I think the rest of them we've talked about, but just in case, Warwick Davis is gonna return. He's awesome. We got to meet him in October. So if you didn't attend to that one, you're getting a second chance here pretty soon. So make sure you go for that. And then they are looking for volunteers. So
Volunteers.
if you are willing to volunteer, I would say go ahead and contact them immediately. To be honest. He's usually pretty good about replying here on Instagram, so if you want to hit him up on that. But I think his strongest social media is going to be over on Facebook. He
Facebook.
seems to be always be out there. So again, if you have questions, if you want to volunteer, if you want to know what that means, volunteering, you can check out the post. If not, go ahead and contact them. Like I said, they're pretty good about replying, and I'm sure they can use all the help they can get. Okay, I think that's yeah. So that once again, ICCC over in Nashville, Tennessee, May 16th through the 18th of this year. Now, let me jump right back into the chat. LeBron says team building at work is code for Shakira karaoke. Oh, so you work at the same place I do. I like it. We got Rob in the house saying, "Hey Brian, Janine, Silla, seriously, Brad, LeBron, Flex, Pop, Arch, Brother Lordy, and Colex." Look at that, Rob saying hi to everybody. Ultra saying hi back. LeBron doing the same. We got actually Joe Fix in the house. What is going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining us, man. What's up, everyone? Hey, action says Rob. Archer says, always been a fan of Theory, but problem is now he's platforming the worst parts of the community, people that only spread heat. I'm almost sure he meant to say hate.
Yeah, I think that word heat and hate kind of go both ways now. So
Yeah, you might be
I'm
right.
not
I'm
hip
too
with the
old.
lingo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say
I'm
I'm too
old.
old for moderations, So Archer, keep it PG-40, please. Nerfillian says, I've always been a fan of Theory. Oh, spread hate. There you go. That's a double take. Gotcha. Mike, ICC is the man. I've got to make it down there at some point, dude. Seriously, you gotta come on now. It's not even. Oh no, yeah, it is kind of far from you. I was gonna say it's not even that far from you, but yeah, it kind of is. Archer say hi to Zombie. Janine say hi to Zombie. Action Joe fixes. I met Shakira at Disney World. Whoa, there's a story.
Yeah.
That sounds. Yeah, I'm not even jealous. Zombie saying hi. Brian says I've never been to ICC, so I'm pretty pumped for that. Nice, man. You gonna be out there? Remind me. And if so, dude, we gotta hang out for sure. Um, Hi AJF. Oh, I kind of like that. AJF sounds sexy. Stands for Action Joe Fix, but AJF. I dig it. I dig it, Janine. I like it. Um, so another cool convention that we like to keep in touch with because it's kind of homegrown, well, almost homegrown, right? It is here in Texas, and that is Rebel Scum Con.
Just
That
a
is
hop.
also coming up
Was
because
that just
man,
a hop, a stone, and a nail throw away?
yeah, yeah,
We're
exactly.
we're
Or
there.
a nail puncture, basically.
Mhm.
But yeah, guys. So Rebels ComCon, as you know, is a fairly new convention here in the space of Star Wars. This is year two, and man, they're. I kind of feel like they took a lot of feedback, from last year, and I kind of feel like they're acting on it, which is great. That's what you want to see, right? You want to see uh, conventions grow, listen to their obviously to who they cater, right, and try to improve, right, year with year. So first of all, this is going to happen August 8th through the 10th of this year, and that is going to be in Frisco, Texas. Which for all those of you that are not super familiar with Texas, that's fairly Dallas Fort Worth area. All right, so as a point of reference, so if you're flying in, probably Dallas is going to be your best bet. Um, Dallas, what's it called? The Dallas International, is that it? Man,
I,
what is
I,
the official name of that
is it just
thing?
DFW
Yeah, it's
International?
DFW is the code for the airport, but what is the freaking
I don't remember
official
what
name?
the
Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking
everything's
now.
acronyms when you're booking now. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I identified too. But we have had some announcements as well. First of all, we see some familiar faces. We got our friend Tiara interviewing the Jawas about year two. We got Nilda, who will be having an Instagram live in a couple of days. To announce the next guest. And this is the this to
that's
me is
that's a big one.
yeah, this is a big one. This is top tier, honestly. So Julian Glover will be at Rebels ComCon year two here in Texas. However, and don't say we didn't warn you with time, this appears to be his final US appearance ever. All
Now
right.
they said U.S., but they've also said this is North America. Like
Yeah,
he's pretty much done with this side of the world. He's going to stay on his side mainly because he's getting up there in age, and traveling is definitely a task. When you get up there in age, so he's definitely pulling out the red carpet, or they're pulling out the red carpet to bring us a big name like this, and not just Star Wars, but also Indiana Jones.
very much so. That's what I was gonna say. And if you want to get technical, I think he was in Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. That's what I remember him
Yep.
from.
Hmm.
So that's a lot of pretty cool fandoms right there. So
It's a nice
yeah,
resume.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think this one's gonna be a pretty popular one. Um, so yeah, guys, I think this one, if you were kind of on the fence about Rebels ComCon, like, maybe yes, maybe no. I gotta be honest with you. If I were you, this kind of tips the scale for me. So if you haven't met, Julian Glover, and even if you have before, I mean, honestly, again, like Mike is mentioning, he's kind of retiring from the tribal, right? I'm sure he'll probably still do some shows here and there, but they're definitely going to be more local to him. So on this side of the pond, it's probably going to be it. So once again, I think this is awesome. I'm really glad that Rebels ComCon could pull this off. I feel that this is going to be that how do you call it, that like badge of honor that they're gonna own,
Oh yeah.
for their convention, right? People are gonna remember like, oh, that's the convention where he last showed up. So yeah, guys, think about it. Like I said, this is you still got a little bit of time. Still got a little bit of time. Still got tickets and things like that. However, I will mention where did they post here?
I was about to say they did already put autos and I think pictures as well up for pre-sale. Now, not to say that you couldn't do it the day of, but you
Hmm.
start running that risk that the word gets out and it spreads like wildfire. Year one was a little more intimate, and I think they're definitely trying to keep that vibe. But some of the names that they're potentially bringing in is it's going to spread, and you might miss out. So don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
Exactly. So I would suggest if you already know you're gonna go to the con, maybe you want to pre-order right your picture or your autograph, depending on which way you guys are leaning, or both for that matter. So here it is. This is the website that you see here. I actually haven't checked it out. Have you?
Yeah, I took a look at it. Seems fairly easy. I didn't purchase anything yet.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna
credit
say.
card is melted as well. Um, but yeah, it's definitely functional. So if it's on there, you can start purchasing all the stuff you want.
Hey, this is cool.
It's
Oh
fairly
yeah. So
easy.
yeah, I don't know if again we take a week off and I'm all like off into the wind. But I don't know if we mentioned that our good, pal Jim Swearingen is also going to be at Rose Comic Con. We've met him a couple times at ICC. Great guy, guys. Seriously, even if you've met him before, stop by. Just chat with him. He always has like amazing stories. Um, I need to get like a plaque signed with from him. I
Yeah,
did good last time. I got the his X-wing. I got it autographed,
nice.
and I got the box. The old school box autographed, which I love. That's one of my highlights from my very first ICCC. So I've always had that great memory. But I'm like, you know what? A little plaque wouldn't be out of order. To display. Again, he's kind of like he calls himself the toy father, right? Because he basically started everything for Kenner in terms of Star Wars. So it is very very cool that he's gonna show up. But this page, does give us the lineup. So if you want to check it out, here
And
it
as
is.
as guests are added, um, they'll pop up on here. Usually,
Exactly.
I think they say within a day it'll pop up on there. So
Yeah.
um,
And
always
honestly,
always
guys,
keep
I
an eye out.
mean, yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we got Michelle Ang, who's played Omega. And I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys, $70 for Julian Glover.
That's a steal.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty cheap, to me. Again, I haven't met him before, so I'm definitely jumping on this.
Well, I
Uh,
sent you that one from Disney where it was a framed General
yeah,
Veers with his signature, and little bit behind the scenes here. We kind of know about stuff, but we're not allowed to announce it. There's some things that we got to let
hmm,
the con have. So we kind of knew a little bit. So little fair warning that we kind of know stuff, and we might be able to release it. We might not. We tried our best to maybe hint at stuff. But
exactly.
yeah, that picture I sent you was what, $300 for.
Yes, for
It
the
was framed. It was nice looking, but you're not getting the personal one-on-one in front of the
exactly. That's what I
person
was gonna
within the
say.
signature. Like, you're building that memory to go with it. Like,
Hmm.
for $70, that's a complete steal.
Yeah. So here it is, guys. This is what the website looks like. Again, this is not the full roster by no means. But I'd say there's a pretty decent, already amount of people that you guys might be interested in. Roger Christian also. I mean, that's just freaking cool, man.
Father of the lightsaber.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna
if
say
you
the father
own
of
one
lightsaber, man.
lightsaber, get a signature plaque and
That's
put your
exactly
top
right.
3 lightsabers in front of it, and put his signature plaque right there, and that's a
That is
beautiful
exactly
display.
right. Which, by the way, I just got the end savers Anakin. Um,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
from Seth, who by the way, who just hit 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So my hats off to that man because
Nice.
he's a freaking machine. And yeah, I don't know how he does it, man. He's always having a lot of fun at each of his videos. So congrats to him.
Hey,
But
we're
yeah,
not too
so
far behind. We're gonna get there.
oh
This is
yeah,
the year
absolutely.
for 10K for sure.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. But it's it's a nice piece. Like I didn't really unbox it. I just checked it, that it was fine. Like when it arrived, it's really nice. I'm not gonna lie,
Mhm.
it's pretty nice. So yeah, once again, this is for Rebel ScumCon. You have it. You still got a few months, August 8th through the 10th. I do believe they have more hotel blocks at several hotels, around the
Yep.
convention that you can reserve. So I would say check out their Instagram here. Check out their link tree. I think they want, yeah. So here are the hotel options, right? So if you guys want to, stay near the con, there are some hotel blocks for some of the adjacent hotel venues. So make sure you check that out. Once again, that's in Frisco, Texas, August 8th through the 10th. So it's coming up, guys. Okay, so don't sleep on it too much. And like I said, we know that this is not the full roster. Okay, that's all. That's about all we can say right now. Um, but for sure, they're not done. And I think this year they're doing pretty good already. Also, what I did want to show, if you were at the con last year,
Oh yeah.
I kind of feel that I kind of love how I'm the only one that uses GIFs. Like that's just how I communicate. Like I can't, do this verbally or written form. Um, but what I was gonna say is one of the main gripes that we keep hearing, and with debatably, good reason, was that the vendor room was completely separate from the celebrity room, right? So um I think what the effect was that some people were there obviously to, the metric ton of celebrities that they had. uh but then they're like, all right, well, I'm good, I'm done, and they would just like jet right without checking out the vendor floor. And a little bit of vice versa, right? Like some people just walked up straight to the con. They're like, all right, this is cool, checked out the stores and stuff, and they're like, well, there's like nobody here, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing that there's literally 42 guests, next door or next room over. So
I'll put into like retrospect, like where the orange squares was all the vendors. Where I'm at would have been all the celebrities. So you had to
pretty
go
much,
down and then turn and then you hit another room. So definitely people, and I talked to a few of them that were like, I thought there were guests here. And
yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, you got to go down this hallway, turn right there, and you're gonna hit a room full of guests. And they're like, oh really? So like, definitely this layout here that they're presenting is
yes,
1,000 times better.
I think so too. This is, if you notice, it's all kind of on the same level, right? Which is great. So we got the vendor room, which pretty big, and us, we're gonna shop around. But
Oh yeah.
we also got gaming room, the sabak. We got the celebrity room, right there. Kind of like visible, right, and in full access of the vendor room. Sorry. And then we're gonna have a little bit separate, but still very much adjacent. Is gonna be the panel room, which again is perfect because celebrities are right there, so they're just gonna have to walk up to here, to the stage, and then like I said, you kind of have the whole thing encompassed or enclosed right in the same area, which I think is a good idea. I think that's gonna help out a lot with the traffic for the vendors, for the celebrities, etc., etc. So again, kudos to them for course correcting, right? Like listening to the feedback from year one and improving upon it. So that's what I like to see.
And you are the con professional, the comic
I
con, not the
wish.
con, not a con.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
you're
that sounds.
yeah, yeah, it sounds bad.
If you just invest $20,000, I can guarantee you a mug. I'm just kidding.
Guarantee it. But you are the veteran of it. And one thing that you told me, which was kind of new that you hadn't really seen, is that at the end of the show, they had like an open, forum for the get or for the guest, not the guest, but
Mhm.
uh for the fans to say, hey, what can we do better next year?
Exactly.
And like they're putting it proof to put right there is like the stuff that they took, the feedback, they're actually going in on it. So I mean,
Very
these
much
guys
so.
really care about this show, and if y'all can support them, we'll see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're good people. We we obviously chat with them fairly often. They're just fans, right? They're fans just like us. I would compare it in spirit to what ICCC is trying to do. They do handle some things differently. Not it's not exactly the same, but in the terms of the feeling, right, that they're trying to bring to the con, and I kind of love that it's here in Texas. To be honest with you,
Oh yeah.
like I love that it's easier access for us to get up there. Right, it's still a bit of a drive because people are like, oh, it's right there for you. I'm like, not
You don't
like
know Texas.
right there,
Yeah.
you know. Exactly, like it's kind of big, guys. So it's still a few hours, you know, driving. But at least, you know, I can drive, you know, to it, you know, within a day and not be like completely destroyed right at the end of it. So yeah, Rebels Comic Con year two once again coming up in August 8th through the 10th in Frisco. Get your hotels, get your flights. You still got plenty of time. Pre-order, you know, some of the pictures, some of the autos. You know, like I said, some of those prices are pretty freaking fair. Like, to be honest, if you notice, the grand majority of them, like these days, man, everything is getting so freaking expensive. So
So
yeah, if you are in, you know, if you are gonna come down to Texas for us, let us know. We're gonna be out there. You know, let's hang out. Let's get in some trouble, you know, together. But let's see. Jumping right back into the chat. All right. Archer says, it's far enough that I can't make a last minute decision, but close enough that I need to stop being lazy. I think he's talking about ICCC. Yeah, dude. I'm just saying. Hey, they got you know, direct flights to Dallas too, you know, from where you are. So I'm just saying
just saying.
there's less and less you know, excuses. Brian says, yes, I'm definitely going to. Let's have drink. But yes, dude, let's do it. Looking forward to it, man. Although I think I might see you in Japan before, which is kind of crazy. I'll see you in Japan and then I'll see you at ICCC right after. Janine laughing at me as always. We got AJF again. I'm kind of liking that now. I want to thank everyone. I finally hit 300 subs. Nice, dude. Man, I really appreciate your shout out, General. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Hey, you get one of these, my friend. Congratulations, brother. 300 subs. Very well deserved. Many, many more to come, I'm sure. And yeah, dude, we got hit up a show again. So I saw actually Joe Fix at in back last month, sorry. Just on coincidence, you know, we were at the same toy show. But yeah, man, let me know what shows you're gonna do, you know, coming up. Um, Speaking of, I guess we can announce, right?
Yeah,
Already, it's a pretty
yeah, yeah.
much done deal. So let me pull up. Oh my lord, what is their account? Do you remember? I got
MASP. Oh, I'm messing it up. MASAPL.
SA. Yeah.
Yeah.
PL. Oh come on. Why is it not pulling it up?
Let me
Mm-mm-mm.
drop over to mine real quick. I know
Yeah.
I got the letters right.
Yeah, I think you
the
did.
the order
But
might be wrong.
yeah, if you can send it to me on Instagram so I can display it. Um, but
Yeah. My
did you?
SAPL is the letter for it. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Thank you. Because Mike and I are actually going to be out here locally, you know, promoting the channel, promoting what we do. This little project that we got here. Yes, thank you. I thought I had it right. Interesting. Okay, so there is going to be an event at our um, what would you call it? City library, I guess, technically central library,
We'll call it so the public libraries got multiple like
right?
outlets,
Yeah,
but the central library is the main hub for pretty much all their I wouldn't say like content, but like that's like their hub for any type of events that's going on through the city that they're a part of. It's also a really big library. It's also
yeah,
got a
oh yeah,
ton of different like it's got like meeting spaces. It's got some history stuff thrown in there, like
yeah.
some art,
Yeah,
different
I was
types
gonna
of
say they
art.
got a gallery. They
Gallery,
rotate, you
yeah.
know, exhibits on. It's actually a pretty nice facility. We've gone up to the kids floor. You know, what's that?
Hmm.
Second, third floor, whatever it is.
Yep.
And you know, they got a little bit of a playground up there. Obviously, a ton of kids, you know, books, comic books, all that stuff. So yeah. So Mike and I will be out there at this event on Saturday, March 8th at the Central Library. I guess technically that's their official name. Here in San Antonio, if you are local, think about stopping by. Again, it is a free event.
Free
We
event.
are gonna be in the what would you call it? I guess like the podcast section, of the event.
They kind of
Um,
called it the media influencer area, which they've only
ooh,
invited
I
four
like that.
guests, and
I
we're
feel
we're
very
part of that.
influential now. Love it. Theory, you watch out, buddy. But yeah, so we are gonna be out there, probably most of the day. This is on um Saturday, sorry, Saturday only, March 8th. They're gonna have a ton of activities, by the way, not just us old people talking about like nerdy stuff. As you can see here, they are gonna have a actor, filmmaker, podcaster. They are, I think I saw old. Oh yeah, here we go. They are actually gonna have a cosplay contest, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, so yeah, check it out. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. again at the Central Library here in San Antonio. We'll be out there. If you guys stop by, let us know. Stop by, our booth. Chat with us, get a few stickers, things like that. Like I said, we'll be out there basically promoting the channel, promoting the project, getting to know some of these other content creators that are also local here to the city. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun little event. I kind of like that the library, does this kind of stuff. I wish they would do stuff like that when I was a kid, dude.
Oh yeah,
I would have.
and
Oh man.
it's growing. This is going to be my third year doing it, and you see me in the
Oh,
bottom there
I was just gonna say,
from
was that?
last year.
There you go.
um, and
Look
it
at that.
just keeps on growing and getting bigger, and it's really community based, which I really like that aspect, that the library is like, hey, we're not just a bunch of dusty books, like we do cool stuff too,
Yeah, absolutely.
and we do a lot of fun educational stuff with the dusty books, so come on down. So it's something that my parents were both teachers, my wife's a teacher, so it's
Yep.
something that I, if I can help promote, hey, the library's still cool, like I'm going to join in
Oh,
on that.
absolutely. Yeah. Little fun fact that people sometimes forget. I was a teacher too. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I taught high school for 2 years. No, I don't want to talk about it.
that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's right. I remember you telling me.
but yeah, so check it out again. This is from last year, right?
Yep.
So very, very cool, cool events, and yes, we are gonna be out there. So if nothing else, stop by, chat with us, check out the free event. Again, there's gonna be a ton of activities and things like that. So March 8th, Saturday, March 8th at the Central Library here in San Antonio. But I did wanna, let me see. Um, I do want to shout out properly. Where? Let me see if it pulls up. Yes, here we go. So, this is our friend Action Joe Fix, who again just passed the 300 subscribers, guys. So, if you haven't, I would greatly appreciate it if you go ahead and check it out, and I'll make it super easy. I'm gonna drop it here in the chat. If this thing works, it's spinning and spinning.
It popped up on
If
mine.
Okay, good. Eventually, it'll pop up, I think. So yeah, guys, all you gotta do is click on that link here in the chat and go hit that subscribe button here for our friend Action Joe Fix, local hunter as well. And as you can see, so this is the show that we actually bumped into each other, but he was already leaving and I was barely getting there. So yeah, make sure you check out all of his hunts. Very cool guy. Again, let's support our local talent here. Well, local to us. So yeah, congrats again. AJF. I'm telling you, man, I'm kind of liking that now.
Well, then AJF, you better swing by the library.
Yeah, right, exactly. Man, I lost my, where are we? Okay. We got, hey, what's going on, Ricardo Q66 saying, hey, General Kenobi, Dad Vader. Hello, everyone in the chat. Out of respect, I will keep my comments about theory to myself. Hey, totally get it, brother. It is not for everybody. I see it. So, yeah, absolutely. Ultra saying hi at a Q66. Good to see you, buddy. It's Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. There you go. That's the freaking name. Thank you. Hey, Carter. I'm saying hi to Ricardo. Action Joe Fix like, yeah, Walter Donovan. Hey, zombie. Hey, we got Big John in the house. Why haven't we heard any news about our local cons, bro? I'm waiting for something, anything for Superhero Con or Space Con. Have you heard anything, Gerald? Any info will be great to hear. They're taking their time. They are taking their time. That's all I can tell you. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I think I'm okay. Yeah, we'll see if they watch the show. But about the date, sorry, I don't have a date, so I don't know if it's literally like the end of the month. It's kind of looking that way since we are here, getting into the last couple of weeks of the month, um, or last
You know
week,
what's
right? Last like
you know
week
what's
and a half.
funny here is when you were like, "Are we safe?" And I'm not 100% sure if it was my end, but
We
I think
glitched, right?
we glitched.
Yes, I saw that too. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't even say it. I
So I
take it
have a
all back.
slight delay on my phone for the YouTube. So I looked over there and you were frozen for a good second. So maybe we're not supposed to say
Yeah, I
anything.
was gonna say maybe never mind, Big John. I know nothing at all.
As soon as we find
Um,
out, you
yeah, I was
find
gonna
out.
say, trust me, you're gonna be one of the first ones to know, buddy. But all I can tell is that we've been asked. That's for sure, because we're getting close on the calendar to some other events, and I just don't want there to be any overlap. Our house, our house cons take precedence for sure.
President. Yep.
Um, but still, there's some good events around them that I'd like to be able to schedule. At least know if I'm going to be able to make it or
Yep.
not. But I
Let's
hear you. I hear you, Big John.
you think we got a second to spitball some theories here?
Yeah, for sure.
So spitballing here, not saying this is anything, but if you're talking about, because we've heard rumor that they're going to flip
Mhm.
SpaceCon, right? That they're going to bring it into, call it the June-ish, July time period, maybe even sooner, maybe May, but
Yeah.
in the summer-ish area time frame.
Right. Right.
It's really, really late to announce a show. There's no guest announcements yet. So there's one of two things that I've kind of been spitballing in my head. They got the ace in the sleeve. They've got the unicorn that as soon as they announce that name, the show's going to book. Like that's the only thing that I can think of in my mind that could potentially be why they're dragging their feet, because one, they've got to get the contract secured. There's a lot of work with that. And then if they do pull it off and they announce it with only 4 months lead time, but they
Yeah.
know that let's just say, George Lucas, Harrison Ford, Samuel L. Jackson, if they pull one of those unicorns, that show, the people are going to come from all over the United States to hit that
Exactly.
show, maybe even international. Like,
Yeah. 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 So you're right. I mean, I feel that last year we knew about at least some of the guests, fairly early on.
we knew
Um,
about Hayden like a year before it even
yeah,
was supposed
we
to
knew the
happen.
dates, man. We knew the
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
dates, like way before. But I agree. I think well, first of all, they're gonna be great shows anyway. Um, I'm kind of hoping, like you said, that they've been holding off in order to secure, you know, uh, um, the linchpin, like the one guest that's gonna wrap everything around it, right? And like you said, it's gonna be the main, draw, right, for the crowd. So yeah, so we're hoping to hear something soon and hoping to hear something awesome. But like I said, at this point, I'll settle for dates. I just want to see the dates. We know we're going, obviously. So I just kind of want to put it into the calendar and be like, all right, these dates, we're booked probably the whole weekend, as things are shaping up to be. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of wanna hear the dates as well. Rob saying hi to Johnny. We got Rushmore show. What's going on, man? Saying Ayo Kenobi fam. Hey, Rushmore says Zombie Flag says I have room reserved for Rebel ScumCon. Oh, what's up? The owners are also going to be on with us on 3-6. I saw that. I saw that at um uh why am I blanking out so much today? Man, I'm out of it. George's channel, the hyperdrive. Oh my
Yep.
lord.
Hyperdrive. Yep.
Yeah, so congrats on that. Maybe a bit early to say, but yes, more than likely they'll be on with us as well. Not that date, I'm just saying, in the near future. So we
Definitely
are
in the
working.
works,
Yeah,
scheduling, getting all that figured out. And it also has to kind of line up. Like we can't just bring them on and they're like, we're gonna have popcorn. Like
exactly. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to
So
do right by us and have
we're kind of
some
exactly
news.
right. We've been trying, or they've been trying, I should say, to coordinate guest releases, right? with their appearances. And obviously that takes a little bit of coordination because some of these guests they still need to sign contracts. You know, dates have still to be finalized. You know, all that kind of stuff. So we appreciate them, you know, taking the time to do this right.
Oh,
I kind of love that they're doing the whole, you know, circuit of podcasts. You know, obviously they've been on with our friends. Once again, Nilda is going to talk to them in a couple of days, so make sure you tune in for that. And then what is that? That's not next week already, right? Next week is not March. Please tell me it's not March yet.
I think we got one more.
No,
One
that's
more.
2 weeks. That's two
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Panic there by myself for a little bit. Um, so yeah, make sure that you are checking that out. As our brother Elijah just mentioned, they will be on over on the Hyperdrive for the Cantina chat on Thursday. Right? That's a Thursday. Yes,
Yes.
Thursday, March 6th. Rushmore saying hi to Zombie. Flex saying hi to Zombie. Rushmore saying congrats on breaking 8K. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. And I appreciate y'all. Um, oh, by the way, remind me, Mike, Rushmore wants us on, and he sent out a couple of dates. I'll send them to you on Instagram. I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
Um, Flex says zombie. Pats, what's going on, man? Hey, General. Sorry I can't stay. We just want to say hello to you and everyone. We'll watch tomorrow evening. Hope everyone had a great day tomorrow. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, Pats fan, says Ricardo. Hello, everyone in the chat. Sorry I can't stay tonight for the stream. No worries, man. I always appreciate you stopping by, dude.
Love is
Thank you.
love. Love is love.
Absolutely. Ultra saying hi to Pat. Hey, Pat, says Zombie. Hey, Pat, says Mike. Ken, says Janine. Congratulations, says Janine. Zombie saying congrats, actually. Yeah, man, 300. Look, I know a lot of people might feel like, well, 300 is not that many. Dude, it is a ton. It is a ton of subs, all right? It took me personally, um, man, for 300, dang, that was a while. It took me, oh my Lord, like 8 months, 9 months, maybe. It took me a little while. It took me a little while of grinding, not gonna lie. Um, those first 100 were brutal, man. I was this close to just quitting like 3 times. Once you get past that, it's almost like clearing levels on like a dungeon, right? So once you clear that 100, which is tough, don't get me wrong. The next, like the 200, is not as tough, right? Then there's like that 500, like 400, 500. There's like another, you know, boss there. And once you clear that, again, it just kind of, you know, flows a little bit better. 1,000 was tough for sure. But again, like the first 1,000 to like the second 1,000, it's you know, night and day almost. So it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know if, you know, YouTube just has that algorithm going, right, and saying, hey, okay, you made it this far. Okay, now I'm gonna push you, right? Now I'm gonna help you out.
I feel like at NostalgiaCon, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like, we were getting a little bit of a bump, and then like right after NostalgiaCon, the first one in San
Yeah.
Antonio,
Oh yeah.
like right after that, like you just started like going up.
Yep.
So, I mean, who knows? Just be consistent, be yourself, and it'll happen.
Yeah, trust me, it's freaking exhausting to put on like a, you know, like a show kind of, right? Like if it's not really you on camera, it gets pretty tiring. I'm already tired as it is, so I never even tried that, to be honest with you. I'm like, I don't have energy, bro, to like you know, put on a whole character. My hats off to people that can and can do it well, right? But me personally, I'm like, dude, I got nothing. I'm barely holding on as it is.
That's why, like, I
Uh,
aim for mediocrity, like
yeah,
just
exactly. I'm
right
like,
here.
dude, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this is where I live. Ricardo saying people that don't live in Texas really don't know how big the state really is. It would take me about 8 hours to get to this con. I agree. Probably nine and change with traffic, depending on what time you head out. I've only done that drive like maybe 3 times, and dude, it is a pain. Action Joe Phoenix like the red enchilada. Thank you. Yes, the red enchilada. That's what our local nickname for the Central Library, which I didn't know about until like a month ago. Rushmore says that I don't see Action Joe Fix. What's the exact address? I dropped it here in the chat.
It should be
Here it
right
is.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it should be right there. Rushmore, if you can check it out, it's a few comments down. Usually call them fan tables. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Congrats. Thank you. Brian saying San Antonio sounds tempting. Yeah, man. Hey, I'll let you know about the lineup, but I think it's gonna be pretty good one. Zombie saying nice. Actually, Fitzgerald, I've been hitting up my stores looking for the new Look Black series. They recently came out with the New Hope one. Dude, I saw it literally like the second day of the year or something like that at Target.
I saw one at
And
GameStop.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the one at Target, the one on 151 and why am I blanking out so much today? I'm too sober for this. 151 and oh my lord, what is that? Is that 410?
There, I don't know if there's a Target there, but that's an intersection for sure.
That
But
is right.
yeah, that's probably you're probably in the
I,
ballpark of where
I think
Target
so,
is.
yeah, because there's a Walmart around there. Yeah, there's a Target there. But yeah, I saw it there. But mind you, this is like a month and a half ago by this
Yeah.
point, so probably not there anymore. Um, I am a middle school teacher. There you go. So you
Hey,
are
all right.
very familiar with the library then. That's awesome. Rushmore show. I'm a teacher. I know you are, man. That's crazy.
Well,
That's
thank
crazy.
all
We
the
got a lot of
teachers
teachers.
for all the
Oh
hard work
yeah,
y'all do.
absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, I couldn't cut it. So I appreciate everybody that does. Awesome. I was already sub. Gonna hit the bell. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. So he was already sub to Action Joe Fix.
Nice.
Just sub action. Hey, thank you, Rob. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks, friends. Absolutely, man. Ricardo says South Texas Comic Con is April 25th to 27th in McAllen, Texas. Hopefully, I can make. You should, man. That show, I've been wanting to go each year for the past like 5 years. I went like just before COVID, I think 2019, 2018, around there, and it was already huge. Um, so for context, I used to live in McAllen, Texas, all the way down to the border where Ricardo is right now. But I went to South Texas Comic Con like years ago, man, and it was a good show. It was decent, but it was still kind of small. And then it just like exploded, dude. It exploded the last like I don't know 2 3 years, to the point where it's almost impossible to get out of the freeway like towards it. It just backs up, like it's kind of nuts. And I was like, you know what? I think this year I'm gonna apply for media. I'm gonna go out there. I still got friends down there, so I'm like, we'll hang out, all that stuff. It's gonna be great. And then it's literally the day that we came back from Japan. I'm like, nah, I'm dead. I'm like, nah, that's
You're
not gonna
gonna be
happen.
so cooked from that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it into work that Monday, let alone Friday at a con, which I
Mhm.
wouldn't even be here anyway. Um, so I'm like, oh man, once again, South Texas Comic Con eludes me, but fingers crossed for next year. Again, Action Joe's like, I'll be at the Dallas Fort Worth GI Joe and action figure show in Grapevine in June. Oh, nice, dude. Awesome. Make sure you
Nice.
record that. Uh, don't forget to hit the like button, everyone. Yes, appreciate it, and thank you for reminding everybody to go ahead and hit that like button. All right, Rushmore says how will put us in a group. It'll be July, August. Yes, thank you, thank you. I remember when we hit 300, it took almost a year or more. Yeah, man, like I'm saying, it took a while. It took a while for me to.
Chip
I'm
away.
at 291 subs. Oh, there you go, Rob. Nice.
Yeah, right.
Rushmore saying, Zombie, we are one of those. Absolutely. I said that before you dropped it. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Hey, look who we got here.
The guy who's taking all my money.
Exactly.
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
So thank you for returning those $5 to us that
Thank you,
Mike
sir.
had given you previously. I'm just kidding, but no, man, we really appreciate it, man. So we got Tony from Star Wars Sit in the house, and that does segue us into the very recent announcement here. Let me pull it up from Celebration Japan has dropped two guests today. Um,
You might know this name,
yeah, I was
perhaps.
gonna say maybe you've seen him around. So the chosen one, Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen will be at Celebration Japan. They've also dropped our good friend Vanessa Marshall, the voice of Hera Syndulla in Star Wars Rebels. So two pretty good guests announced for today. And I just refreshed finally the um, the website for the autographs, and now they are showing up. So
Showing up.
here, or yeah, so here it is. Hayden is finally there. Oh, dang it! I thought I had done it.
I
All right.
think
Well, we're on cue.
Tony had said, yeah, I was going to say, I think Tony had said that he was in the queue and he showed on it on the Whatnot app one of the cards that he was going to get signed,
Yeah.
and then one of the cards he was going to like give him and be like, "You tell Filoni this is what we need," and it's the Clone
Yes.
Wars of Anakin. I was like laughing my ass off and like at the same time looking at my wallet, just like, "Where's all my money?"
Where's
And
all?
it's
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
exactly. What?
Tony."
Why did Tony take this? Um, yeah, dude. Tony has met him 17 times. I don't know how many, but I'm pretty close in the ballpark. So yeah, Tony's just gonna go out, for sushi with him. I hope
Yeah,
he
they don't
brings
do
me along, but
the con like where it's like, "Oh, hey, little handshake." It's like best friend hug, and like
pretty much. Tony sits next to him. He's like, "Hey man, so what are you doing for lunch or what?" And Hayden's like, "I don't know, man. What are you thinking?"
what do you
And
do? What do you do?
they just, yeah, exactly. So beer afterward, and they're like, "Yeah, for sure." So yeah, I can only aspire to be as cool and as intimate with Hayden as Tony. But yeah, bro, if you guys are gonna go out for sushi, let me know. We got LGP in the house. What's going on, man? Greeting masters. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Hey, LGP says zombie. Hey, zombie says LGP like 8 or 9 times only. I like that. I love that.
That's
Tony
just
just said
cons. He's not
only.
counting the times he
Yeah, I was
shows up
gonna
at
say
his
that's
house.
just not counting the times y'all have gone out drinking. Uh, Ricardo says that the car doing figure on your desk. Oh, you missed the story at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, recent acquisition from for Mike, credit collection Cara Dune.
Yep. Hit me up.
Um,
I'll tell you the story on it.
for sure. But yeah, I grabbed photo and auto for Japan. Of course you did. Come on, man. That's not even a question. So why is my little guy is like right there, and yet nothing happens? I just kind of wanted to see the availability, if it's sold out already or not. Um, but oh, there we go. All right. So Anakin and Ahsoka photo op. That's kind of hot. Not gonna lie. That's Christensen and Rosario Dawson.
All right. Yep.
I'm kind of liking that. So my buddy Ted from the Countdown City Geeks last year had that panel, which was nuts. Both Rosario and Hayden Christensen on a panel here for SpaceCon back in October. Super jealous, but much deserved for him. He's done a ton of work with them. So I hope
Who
that
did
whatever big name.
Ewan. Did he also do Ewan by himself?
No, he did not. He got
Who did
the
that one?
biggest one, which was Hayden and Rosario. Ewan was done by oh my god, his name escapes me right now. He's not local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was that other moderator who's also done a lot of work for them. Um, and then yours truly got to do good old General Grievous, so that was super fun.
You
But
actually
yeah,
had
I
the
hope
best
that
spot. You
yeah,
had the best spot because right after you ran into the Holy Grail for you.
pretty much, dude. Pretty much. I'm still freaking out about that. But yeah, so I think it's fair to say we'll see Ewan in Japan, so that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, guys, here it is. It looks like he will be there every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we got picture, we got autograph on an 8x10 only, we got bulky autographs, and we got premium autographs. All right. So with add-ons like quotes, character names, all that stuff, you know how it goes with the big names. But man, this one, Kristen and Anakin and Ahsoka, it's kind of tempting. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Um, Also, let me see. So Vanessa was also added. Photo op, uh, photo op, at table autograph, and at table premium autograph. Sorry, I thought she had picture at table, but no. Looks like only official photo ops and 2 tiers of autographs. So make sure you check that out. She's very cool. She's very cool. We've talked to her before with the Countdown City Geeks, and she's awesome. She's pretty much a fan. She really loves the work that she did, and she always says she's ready to come back. So
Nice.
here is the lineup updated for Star Wars Celebration in Japan. We got some pretty good names. Obviously, you can purchase all of these guys already, and basically pre-order your photographs and your autos. So if you guys are going, you definitely want to start booking stuff, guys. Like I mentioned before, a lot of the attractions in Japan are a 2-month lead time. A lot of it is by lottery. I've been, dealing with that the past few days. I've been lucky-ish. I think I've gotten most of what I wanted. Um, but like I said, if you guys are going to Celebration, I hope that you guys are, first of all, listening to Tony, because that man is on point all the time. So make sure you check out every single live stream that he does. Well, in general, but if you're gonna miss a few, do not miss the ones about Japan if you're going to Japan. Okay, there's a ton of information there. I always just hit him up. I'm like, I don't need a travel agent. I got Tony. What are you talking about?
Yeah, got Tony.
So yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, here it is. Here's my credit card. Just do me right. Um, we got Ricardo says, okay, cool. I saw that figure once. I should have picked it up. A lot of us passed on it. A lot of us passed
Sure
on it.
did.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So I was telling Mike, I have the original release of Cara Dune. That was still the red box back then. And I picked it up just on a whim, dude. Like back then I was buying way too much. Like, I don't know why. I wasn't even a completionist. I was just like, oh yeah, I like this. And if I liked like one feature of it, like I would just pick it up. Don't do that, guys. It's not worth it. But so I actually picked it up at GameStop, which is weird because I almost never bought anything at GameStop because I would never find anything at GameStop. And it was actually on sale. I think it was like $18 back then or $17, something like that. And I was like, you know what? That's not too bad. It's in good shape. I was like, why not? Cara Dune. So new character and stuff. So I picked it up. But yeah, it's somewhere in the many boxes. So yeah, I do have that first release. But this one for sure, I was like, I don't know if I need another one. And like I said, it was a cool concept, that first wave. But subsequent, not that great. Rushmore says he just made an Instagram group for us to do an episode. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, man, appreciate you reaching out and thank you for the invite. Always fun. Let's see. I have the first release cartoon. There you go.
Yep.
Hey man, you might want to check out. I don't know what the price is like nowadays. I know at one point it got ridiculous, like a couple of years ago. It was like
At one
over
point,
$100.
yeah, at one point it was hovering around 100, a little over 100.
Yeah.
Currently, the last time, because I've been hunting this one because like I said, I'm not a completionist, but for some reason, I'm almost there completing it. So I'm like, well, I might as well.
Yeah.
I like the card, which again, I'm an opener. I haven't opened any of these, so I'm like, I'm gonna go all in and go ahead and knock that out. But this one, you can, like, if you're getting it around 40, that's a good deal. The red box is around 50, 60-ish right now. But I expect those to go even more, like we were talking about. Like, this is never going to be like released again. Like, that character is donezo completely. So they're going to get scarce. The only thing I don't like about this, which I'm slowly starting to learn from other videos, is the glue comes off. So I'm like, oh,
it's not great.
It's going to turn it into an opener by itself.
Yeah, which kind of ticks me off because even if you put it on, so I think the only thing that would, and not even prevent that, because I don't think it's going to prevent it, but like alleviate it or buy you, maybe a few years, is like if you pull it into one of those acrylics that has like the little supports, when you slide the figure. But even then, right, it's still weight like on it. So eventually I think it's going to give out. Now, I don't think all of them give out, but yeah, definitely the adhesive is not the best. That happened to me with Darth Plagueis figure, 3 3/4.
Yep.
A buddy of mine gifted it to me years ago, like around when it came out, maybe a couple of years later, and it was already kind of creeping up in price, like back then. So he gifted it to me for my birthday. Of course, I put it into a protectorite and everything. And semi recently, one of the moves, not this last move, but maybe the previous one, I was going through boxes. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like Plagueis. And as soon as I do this, like to sit it upright, the thing just goes like boop. I'm like, oh my lord. And perfectly, like you don't even, like it never had adhesive on it. Like super clean, like the adhesive just like melted away or, disappeared.
I was gonna say the Texas Heat. I got the Qui-Gon Jinn, I can't remember what year anniversary it was, but the carded one, I got that one used. It's not used, secondhand.
Yeah.
And it came in the mailbox and I left it in there for like a week in the summer. And so when I got it, I could tell that the card, like, and the bubble started shifting away from each other. But I was like gently like tapped it back into place. I'm like, blowing on it to try to seal it back up.
Yeah, dude, that happened to me with the Boba Fett that I have somewhere actually. It was in a package, right? But they left it outside of the garage, like in the driveway, and it just baked for like 2 days. So when I finally picked it up, because I was out of town, obviously, and when I finally picked it up, yeah, the bubble just it didn't even become detached. Like the bubble just like it like shrink wrap, like around it. Oh, dude, it was horrible.
Yep.
And I have it somewhere just as a just as a memory of like freaking what can happen out there, in the heat.
Show all those
Um,
northern people what we deal with as
yeah,
collectors down
exactly.
here.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. Ricardo says I picked up 2 red box Cara Dune figures at Target. I gave one away and I got an autograph or a scene figure for that. Oh, nice. That's not a bad trade.
Nice.
That
That's
is
a
not a
decent trade.
bad trade. Yeah, at all. I think you made out pretty good. Like I said, the high price on the figure came out like yeah, I want to say like 2 years ago. Like when she first started, like the drama, right? Like the price shot up like crazy. I remember seeing it at cons like 120 and stuff like that. It has since come down, don't get me wrong, a lot. But once again, now that she very recently won the litigation, rather the what's it called? The man, I'm telling you, I'm blanking out too much today. Um, the legal fight she had with Disney, right? They're for sure not gonna make that figure anymore. So yeah, if you guys have an extra one, or I mean, if you don't care too much, right, for the figure, like if it's not your favorite, maybe wait, a couple months and check the market. Let's see how it is. It might be worth something.
It's not a bad figure. Like it, the
No,
face
no,
sculpt is pretty good.
yeah,
I don't know about the articulation, and I'm not going to know until the bubble falls off.
yeah. I was
Uh,
gonna say,
but I mean, I'm like I said again, I'm not a completionist, but for some reason this one just popped out for me.
oh yeah, absolutely. Um, Also, last thing I wanted to show here, speaking of celebration, was this beautiful
Oh yeah,
batch artwork, man. I need all of these. This one for sure. You guys know this is a must. I think this is the top one. Uh, I actually did like this one. I kind of like the style that they did for like Kylo's face.
Kylo. Yep.
Yeah. I think they did this looks cooler than I think I saw a lot of the sequel,
I was about to
merchandise.
say that's better than anything they put out.
Yeah, I like this one because it's different, it's elegant, yet obviously, he's got like the plants, and all of that good stuff. Um, meh. Now this one, like finally showing some love, man. Poor, what are these
The
guys called?
young Jedi, or was that
Young
Jedi
Jedi
Academy?
Adventures. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like they're still going on. I think they wrapped up season 2, if I remember correctly.
For
I
the
obviously haven't seen it, but
I was about to say for like the you know 700 fans that they have. Like I have
yeah,
I've never seen an episode. The toy is the first what is this like toy? And it's
yeah,
like, oh, this is a show. Like I had no clue
exactly.
that it was even out there.
Yeah, and the full season was out like like almost immediately, and I'm like, and I watched like I don't know a good amount. I would say like maybe like 5 episodes with the kid. And it was alright. Nothing particularly wrong with them, but it didn't quite feel like Star Wars to me, so we never really like went back to it. But hey, they're still going on. They're still very much a part of the Star Wars family, even though we forget. But this illustration is kind of cool, though. Again, they look cooler here, obviously, than in the show.
Yeah,
Um, this I liked. This I
that
liked
is a
quite a
dope one
bit.
right there.
Yeah, this I liked a lot. Like it's got a lot going on, with the sort of again, sort of like the elegant, posture, and yet, she's
I like
packing like she's ready to
the
go. Yes,
subtle Oriental vibe on the clothes there.
exactly, very much so. And then Andor, of course,
You got
you
to
gotta
get
love
that
it,
one, and you got to hit up Diego.
dude, for real, right? I
That'd be
think
an awesome one to get signed.
yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. This one would be sick. Also, I appreciate the little detail of the blurry, Death Star in the back. Um, yeah, all of the grand majority of these are fire, to be honest. There's more of these though. One not showing it.
They
Anyway,
released out. I was gonna say it's like further down the.
see, I've seen.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. I think this is the first batch. Yeah, this one is just fire. I
That's
like that one a
yeah.
lot. This one, dude, this
That
one is
one.
great.
Whew.
Yeah, this one is like
I don't
perfect mashup.
I don't know if Drop It like it's Hoth is going, but if she
Yeah.
were to go, I was
Oh,
like, you
dude, she would
got to get that one.
absolutely, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, this was kind of obvious in a sense because that's what the original costume was based out of, right? Like
Mhm.
a lot of the what it called it
Is
has a
it
lot of
geisha?
Orient, influence to it, right?
Is it geisha? Like, is that what they
I
call
think
them?
so.
Something
Yeah.
like that?
This one I love just because the intricacies of the armor, right? Like the samurai
Mhm.
armor and the helmet. Dude, they need to make that helmet. I
Yep.
I would buy 20 of those in every color. But this one, like I said, this one just matches like perfectly. So yeah, very cool, very much in swing. Um, in case you didn't see this, Sunday is already sold out for adults. So just make sure that if you're still thinking of going, I think you're down to Friday. Yeah, yeah, right here. Friday adults and kids are still there, but not that many. So make sure that you check that out. And again, Chosen One and Hera are gonna be at Celebration, and it's about that time. It's about that time for them to start releasing. The big names. We're getting close to the show itself. Let's see. Koala Ninja says zombie. There you go. That actually sounds pretty good. I will watch that movie. Zombies from your neck of the woods. I know, right, Ricardo? Big John says, dude, no BS. I heard there's gonna be a small mini con for May 4th, boys. Be on the lookout for that. Ooh, interesting. Be down for that. I would be very much spent from Japan, but still be fun. It's also the day after my birthday, so just saying. Um, Okay, so last but definitely not least, we would greatly appreciate it if you check us out over on social media. The Dad Vader over on Instagram for all your nerdy needs and laughing needs for sure. We are also on Facebook, General Kenobi's Bunker, all one word. We are on Instagram, general.kenobis.bunker. Also on threads at general.kenobis.bunker. And again, I feel kind of dirty now saying TikTok like in public, but it's back. It's back on the App Store, so
Yeah.
I'm
It's
assuming we're
there.
good. Exactly. So yes, we are still on TikTok at general_Kenobis_bunker, and we did not have to pay $10,000 to get an iPhone with it pre-installed. Also, I would greatly appreciate it if you check out our second channel, El Búnker del General Kenobi, where we produce content in Spanish. Finally started uploading there. There's been a couple of reviews. I I need to edit tonight actually to post something tomorrow. But here on the main channel, I forgot to mention that we do have an upcoming quick review tomorrow. It's actually live now for channel members. And once again, if you're interested in supporting the channel, we would greatly appreciate it if you consider joining the membership program. Um, you get perks. You get to see videos before they drop for everybody else. You get exclusive videos, exclusive posts. You get links to join us here, on the high ground, if you so choose to, and many many more things that I haven't come up with yet. But make sure that you check it out. And once again, we appreciate each and every single one of you that has already joined. Um, definitely appreciate all the love. So I think that's it. So yeah, if once again, guys, if you're going to Japan, book your stuff. It's getting up there. Again, you think like 2 months is plenty of time. It's really not. So yeah, start booking your stuff. Hopefully we'll see you out there. If not, then hopefully we'll see you at ICCC. If not, hopefully we'll see you down here at Rebels Comic Con or Space Con or Big Techs or Superhero Comic Con. We got plenty of big shows coming up. So pace yourselves is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us. Thank you again for joining us. I hope that you have an awesome rest of your week. Tune in tomorrow for our interview, Nilda and mine, um, at 8 p.m. Central. I keep forgetting because we changed the time, but 8 p.m. Central tomorrow, and we'll see you there. You'll have a great night.